Hello and welcome back to my GTNH playthrough. It is April 29th and we are over here by my newly constructed 3 space elevators. Technically we already had this guy over here, but this one's been highly overhauled or renovated. And then these two are new and fully functional, with the only exception being this currently only has 4 pumps installed on it. What I did was kind of what I described yesterday. This guy's for mining, this guy's all assembly machines, and this guy's all pumps. The whole reason I started this off is, like I said, I'm going to work towards the transcendent plasma mixer over here. This guy, which I did forget to note yesterday, but while I was doing stuff in the background, I did craft all the casings and everything for it. I need obviously the main multi-block, and the main multi-block requires a lot of infinity and a lot of this transcendent metal, and to be able to go fast enough I need even more infinity, which specifically will let me build more Naquata refineries, etc. But basically what it comes down to is I need more infinities. So I started over here with the space elevators as the base point, because the space elevators will get us there to get us enough infinity to make the stuff we need to move past using infinity catalyst ores as part of the basis of going to infinity and make our infinity faster overall. Basically, gotta get there, and then once we get there, things will get a lot better. So I'll start over with the pumping one, because this is probably the simplest one. The general idea for all of these to save on channels is I do have a extra subnet for all the outputs, where they either then, in this case, this one doesn't output to the main net because I don't want to flood it with stuff from pumping. So it just comes over here, goes into these cells over here, and simple as that. Storage bus, nothing fancy. Because I literally only needed one channel from the main network over here for this entire space elevator to work, I did just use a wireless connector from the assembly lines, because the assembly lines needed way more channels, specifically 12, I believe. Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, only 12 channels. So one for the output from all the assembly lines, and then 12 for the different P2Ps, and eventually you'll need 12 more when I expand this guy into the larger version of the space assembler. But essentially all we got going on over here is, so like I said, all these ones are the space assembly modules. Down here we just have dual P2P networks, and then all of these are just the same P2P for all the patterns that are in this guy right here, which are, there's only 6 patterns at the moment. One of them I can't technically make yet, the crafting input proxy, but that's all that's going on here. But this will make anything we do craft in the space assembler substantially faster. So yeah, it's pretty nifty. And also I'll show off now the pumping space elevator and this guy are both powered off the random laser network that I started to set up. These are the official first things to end up on this network, where the tunneling I did yesterday, I fell in a hole. I basically finished off today. So a few weeks ago, if we remember, I come over here, I've got these 3 Naquata reactors which go into this Lapatron battery, which this is all every tier of power I have, just so that I don't need to keep wasting a bunch of energy P2Ps all over the place. So like we can see random UV power, random ZPM power, as well as the basis for the backbone of this laser network, which I do plan on eventually throwing into the main power as well, but for the moment it's its own thing. And yeah, we just essentially take transformers to send the power all the way down to I went past it. Down to here, and then it goes all the way down to the space elevators. And then both space elevators have their own supercapacitor or super battery, Labotron supercapacitor, and power them. So nothing too fancy with those two because they don't require computation. The final one though is this guy, the mining module, which does require a lot more work. And required a lot of cleaning up because before this had everything over here. So obviously I cleared out all the stuff I didn't need anymore. Cleaned up, came down here, really cleaned up the circuitry down here, especially because now all these are mining modules. Every single one needs its own computation. So got that all set up so I didn't have like spaghetti wires going everywhere best I could. There's a couple of places where I could make it a little neater and a little tighter, but overall I'm happy with how it goes. As well as, if you can tell by here, this guy is actually also being powered by lasers, because that same laser network we went by, at one point it kicks down, kicks over, comes to this guy. It just kind of worked out that way where I had to do it like this. Kicks in, kicks out, which now powers my much larger quantum computer, as well as the space elevator up there, so we're sure to get enough power should we need it. This guy right here probably actually took the longest out of everything I did today, just because I wanted to get I basically didn't want to have to move this again and redo wiring again, just because it's a pain in the butt. So I made it so that this guy can handle when I go to Mark III mining machines right now, or mining modules. Right now it only has Mark II up there, but eventually you need Mark III. And for Mark II, for example, looking at the wiki right here, you can't see it, but off to the side, for Mark II, you only need 1280 computation per second, which this guy actually does without 1386, so it's a little tiny bit overkill, but nothing crazy. When we go for the Mark III will need 2880 computation per second, and to do that, all we would have to do is go 1.9. That would blow up the thing. Glad I didn't press enter. 1.61 here, and then after a round we got 2956, and it just uses more power to do that. So I'll set this guy back to 1. Set this guy back to 1 because we don't need that at the moment. But like I said, once we upgrade up here, this guy's already set. I just have to come back here to the quantum computer and fix it. So yeah, up here at the moment now, I've got all of them running. There's mining modules every single one of these. I don't know why this guy's not running at the moment. Alloy. Laser. Oh, okay. It just needed to be turned on. I was like a little confused. But all these guys are running now, which are getting me substantially more infinity catalyst. It doesn't seem like a lot because now that I'm getting a bunch in, it is now starting to actually craft all the stuff that it was behind on for infinity. Like over here, we had to craft a bunch of infinity ingots and stuff. So it immediately started shooting up, and actually the better place to actually kind of see how fast it's going now, if we were to look at this, there's a wireless connector from that little orange subnetwork on the output buses for that space elevator that essentially comes over to this guy, which this is the sorting network for all the ores to the different ore processing factories. It also, just as a random side note, I saw for 2.9 that the shape of these changes, and I'm a little sad because that means these guys like perfectly fit in this building, so I'm gonna probably have to change those, which is a little sad, but whatever. But anyways, if we look over here, we can just see ores piling in. You can see how much the numbers are moving. Obviously I don't have the comparison because it's not running before, but it is honestly moving so much faster now. And then if we're looking at infinity, like a second ago you saw was at 80. It is going up real fast. And then obviously once I'm finally caught up and I can get enough that I can make the infrastructure to not have to use the old school dire crafting table recipe for infinity ingot, then I'll come over here and readjust these as needed to what other ores I need to keep up on. But we should be for UIV. It's a little while away, but one of the other things that we can is in the nearish future is this guy right here, the Deep Dark, where I'll be putting up void miners to get every ore in the game anyways as well. So yeah, well, that was pretty much it for the day. Like I said, there's not too much to show. It's just more space elevators, but I was happy with how these builds turned out, and the only thing, I'll just mention it whenever I do it in the next videos, every time I add a pump over here. Like I said, these two are complete as for the moment until I need to overclock this guy more, and I just need to get more pumps. But yeah, I believe tomorrow I would like to work on more Naquata refineries to get the power up, and then start making the mixers for Transcendent Catalyst go faster, and work towards that mixer, the plasma mixer. So anyways, hope everybody had a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.